I think we should tell him.
I'm not telling him, you tell him.
I need to get a serious face on. We regret to announce that there is no sketch this week on the Palantir.
We had a sketch.
We had a sketch.
We planned a sketch. But circumstances conspired against us. I feel wretched.
Literally.
Literally awful. I don't feel up to running around. I think I might have to leave the Palantir.
Mid-Palantir.
To don't laugh at that. It's not funny, I'm ill. I might have to leave the Palantir.
I like how you use the ball to describe it. Throwing up.
Don't laugh, I'm ill.
Okay.
Not well. Some of it we were planning on filming outside, and well, it's night.
It's dark. And
also, you went behind the scenes of us in the outtakes video. You know that Emma is often a crucial part of the Palantir for recording purposes, and Emma is, well, she's asleep.
Yeah, jet lagged.
Yes, jet lagged. So we couldn't film it, but never ones to shirk from responsibility. We thought we'd talk you through the sketch.
Yeah.
And in much the same way, when you watch the Lord of the Rings films, you like to watch the appendices and see how they made the Lord of the Rings. This is how we didn't make the sketch this week.
We didn't make the sketch.
But Tom, I believe, has got the materials ready.
So we have the storyboard here, just as a wide shot first. Let's go in to storyboard number 1.
So what's going on there, Tom?
There's a little stick man with a T on his head.
Yep.
That's me. That's Thomas.
T for oh, Tom.
Yeah, T for Tom. And I'm going to Damian's house. It's a very nice house you've got there.
Thanks.
And I'm to walk to the door.
Yep.
That's the first shot.
Good shot. Good strong opening.
Yeah. We go across to number 2.
Yeah. That's the doorbell.
Yep. That's the doorbell.
What do you do there?
I ring the doorbell.
Ring the doorbell.
It doesn't go ring though, it goes ding dong. I had a bit of a thought about this.
Yeah, because ding dong's funnier.
Yeah, ding dong's funnier.
Wait. Yep.
Indeed. And then we go diagonally, interestingly.
What's going on there?
This is, it's a stick man with D in his head.
Okay.
So that's Damian.
Damian, good.
You sat on the Palantir sofa with T.
Yeah.
So much where you are now.
This is very similar. This shot we could actually film.
Yeah, we could film this. And you hear the doorbell.
Yep, I hear the doorbell.
And then you look excited. You're good at that. Yep, film that. Just chop this bit out and have a long shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what happens?
Then...
What does that say?
It says, lots of running and we need more paper.
Ran out of paper?
I ran out of space on this sheet.
What about what's all this?
Yeah, I know, but I ran out of space.
Okay, well, we've got to show them the rest of it.
Yeah.
We could act it out. You know, not ourselves for the reasons before.
Yeah.
I'll be Legolas.
Right. You'll be Legolas.
Looks a lot like me.
Yeah? Okay. Who am I? Grinner.
Grinner.
I'm not being Grinner.
You're Grinner though?
I am not being
Very
Grinner.
similar.
No.
Very similar, particularly in the eyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, give me Tariel.
Alright, you give me Tariel.
It's better. Look at that pose.
And now, with Damian
And Tom.
we're going to show you what then would have happened. And it's very funny indeed. Okay, so what's happened, as we said, is that Tom's come to Damian. What? Sorry. Tom's come to Damian's house.
It's a bit tricky with knives, but...
Rings the doorbell. Hello. Which, as we know, is funnier than ring.
Yeah.
Been through that.
Okay.
And then Damian over here, very excited. Hooray! And then, so you get in.
I get in.
Yeah, you let yourself in probably, which is what you normally do after ringing the doorbell. Yep, so you're in the house.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
You need to run down the stairs.
Okay, so we're now inside the house.
Yeah.
I come running down the stairs.
Yep.
That.
Yep.
Yeah, then what do you do?
I'd run into the lounge, I don't know where you are.
Okay, I'm in the hallway. Then you run into the lounge.
Yeah, can't see you.
Gag is we're very excited to see each other.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the gag?
Not quite.
Right. So we're running around desperate to find each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we see each other.
Yeah,
through
in the lounge.
Ends of the hallway.
Yeah.
And we look very excited.
Yep. And then there's a slow-mo run.
Slow-mo run.
Arms outstretched.
Oh.
Yeah. We're going in.
We're going in. We're going to hug.
We're going in.
We're going to hug. And then what? Oh no.
I've seen.
Tom's gone. I look confused. And where's Tom gone? To Daisy. To GBHL Daisy. And you hug Daisy.
Because that's who I've missed.
Because that's who you've been missing.
Yeah.
You've not been missing Damian.
No.
I look angry. You two hug. Daisy probably roars.
It would have been good.
It would have been very, very funny.
Think that was any good?
Yeah, I do.
Do you think they'll like it?
No. No, not at all.
No. Awful. Awful. So, if you would like a refund for this week's Palantir sketch, please send us some money and we'll send that straight back to you.
Sorry. Welcome, Strategy Battle Gamers, to another GBHL YouTube video. Here with your host, GBHL Damian.
And GBHL Tom.
And this is episode 16 of
The Palantir.
We're back.
Back.
Now you got?
Yeah.
Alright, it's good. Strong opening. Yes, we're back. Happy New Year. We're back after our little break, which to us has been a very long time, but to you feels probably slightly less because we sent you videos from the past.
A video.
Yeah, we built about 5 hours.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That was us. That was these guys. We were wearing hats then, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I missed the hats and the jumper.
Yeah, the season's over. Into miserable January.
Yeah.
You might not recognise us due to our snazzy new haircuts as well.
Haircuts.
Now that Jamie gets excited when I have a snazzy new haircut.
It's going to be in the description of the video.
In the comments below.
Sit back and relax whilst and enjoy Damian's snazzy new haircut.
So, yeah, just in case you didn't recognise us without the hats and the hair, it's us. Yeah. We're alright, we're back. So, Happy New Year. And I suppose before we move on, we need to give a bit of a toast this time to Mr. Steve Crow.
Yeah. Tea toast for Steve.
As it has been passed to him by, it was James Baldwin, wasn't it? Old Murtaugh passed the tea toast on to him. And yeah, so Steve, you know what you have to do. You've got to enjoy a nice cup of tea and then pass it on to someone who you feel is worthy of such a honour.
Can't give it to someone like Jamie who doesn't like tea.
He's getting into tea.
Is he?
Yeah, I've been catching up on a few videos. He's starting to drink tea. He's having a no fizzy drink year or month. Day. I don't know.
I've not watched anything since being away.
But
got a nice backlog for painting, which we'll come on to later maybe.
So yeah, what have you got there?
I've got the Merry Christmas mug.
Have you seen that before?
Yeah.
It's a big. Is it a Cath Kidston? Have a look at the bottom.
It's going to go badly.
Yeah, it is a Cath Kidston. Merry Christmas.
It's a big mug.
Yeah.
One.
It's deeply unseasonal.
Well, are we still within 12 days? Maybe not. Maybe
not when this goes out, we won't.
No.
No. I hope your decoration's down.
Yeah.
I've got some exciting mug related news. Check it out! And this, I don't know how well it's coming over, but these are embossed. These are, or debossed.
Debossed.
Yeah. Pillow embossing, that's called. And So they're kind of recessed.
Embossing.
It's going to look like you pushed it into a pillar. True story. So yeah, these are recessed footprints, and this came from Jurassic Park World. In Islands of Adventure. So I bought a new mug for the good of the Palantir.
For the good of the Palantir.
What did you do?
I didn't buy a mug.
Doesn't care. So yeah, that was new Jurassic Park mug.
That was my Christmas list. Like everyone asked, what should we get you?
Mug.
Mug.
No mugs.
No mug.
Shame.
Santa didn't like me.
Nah. So yeah, there we go. As our tea toast for the week.
Yep.
How are you?
All
We
right.
haven't seen each other now in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Something
something
like
like that.
About that?
Yeah.
Maybe 3 weeks. Would you believe it? How was your Christmas?
Good. I can't really offer much more.
No.
No.
Just good.
Yeah.
Good. My Christmas was also good. How was yours? Please
Let us know in more words than one
Yeah.
in the comments.
Well, I had a lovely Christmas.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. So you get up to much?
Yeah. Sorry.
Brilliant.
I went to Edinburgh for New Year's, which was cool.
See, that's exciting. It's the kind of
Yeah.
stuff they want now.
Yeah.
And we're done.
What's
I was in Florida at New Year's.
I watched The Hobbit for a second.
You watched The Hobbit for a
with my
second time?
parents.
Wow, there we go. That was
Yeah.
forthcoming.
Yeah.
That was strange. How was it?
Good.
Yeah.
Good second time round.
Good second viewing,
Yeah.
strong.
My dad had a lot of questions at the end.
And you read the book?
Yeah, but years ago.
What kind of questions? What happened to everyone?
Nitpicking questions. He was like, he actually. I said, were you shocked when the 3 of them died? He was like, 3? Didn't I count 2?
It's because
That's because no one cares.
no one cares about the other one.
Really.
Dear sweet poor.
And then I've already said it.
What?
We're in the new year. That's the embargo.
We
isn't
said
it?
the other 3. We didn't say specifically. I mean, it's a book spoiler.
Yeah.
We're talking about the 3 people who died in the book. That's an interesting topic that we were going to come on to. In the last episode of Palantir, we said that we were going to be spoiler free, and who was it? Was it Billy that picked us up on it? Billy and Larry, I think.
Yeah,
maybe.
Larry. Yeah.
That said that we gave away spoilers like Bard kills Smaug. I've done it again, and Dane becomes king. It's like, yeah, book spoilers. Yeah, you should have read the book. I was like, I think they were doing it tongue in cheek, but no, we're going to assume if you're watching this show, you've read The Hobbit. We won't give away kind of film spoilers till we do our review that we'll record at some point in 2017.
Oh yeah, I'm still going to record that.
But yeah, book spoilers I think are fair game.
Yeah.
And yeah, there is an interesting debate actually going on the Great British Hobbit League Facebook page with the admins of when it is all right to discuss it.
Yeah.
Because people who don't want it discussed are fans who don't want it ruined.
Mm-hmm.
And at what point?
Yeah.
1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6
Some
months,
said
a
the
year.
new year.
Yeah.
So.
And the common consensus was January that it would be all right on the page to discuss it because if you haven't seen it by then, you're probably not going to see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we won't talk about it in this one. But I think as the weeks go by, the spoilers are going to become fair game.
Yeah. Other questions. He asked why did everyone disappear off the battlefield? Everyone just left.
Who did?
I don't know. He was just like, why did all the orcs go?
Well,
I think the
the
Eagles
second
is
army
just the
is
only
trashed by
one.
the Eagles,
Yeah.
doesn't it? And you
It's
see
like,
the
where's
first
the
army
first-
legging it.
Yeah.
Legging it back into the holes. But yeah, I think it's meant to be that when Azog goes down, spoiler,
It's not going well, is it?
he's obviously going to die. Who out there thought, oh god, I was surprised when Azog died. I thought he was going to be king under the mountain at the end. That's not a spoiler. It's like saying Bilbo doesn't get slaughtered. Bilbo makes it. Spoiler.
It's fine.
Yeah, when Azog goes down, that's why they go up there, isn't it? To cut the head off the snake. Spoiler. Then they flee.
Yeah.
It's like when the Barad-dûr goes down at the end of Return of the King. Spoiler.
His other question was, where were the goat riders?
Yeah, we don't know.
Specifically, my dad was very
There are
interested.
4. Do you mean the ones from the trailer, or where did the goats come from?
No, where were they from the trailer? Because he obviously knows it.
Don't know. That's really interesting.
His other question was where on earth did they get the
There's
goats
definitely, in one of the wide shots, there's like Dane and a row of infantry, and then like 4 captains on boars. So there's a few of them there that could feasibly be it. But there's stuff.
Rams, sorry.
Yeah, the rams supposedly come from the chariot. This isn't from the film. That are cut loose.
Yeah, because it's in one of the books that says that it's the biggest piece of equipment they ever made for the whole 6 films, and they
made the mummock for the entire king. I think it's for the Hobbit. Yeah, it's the biggest prop is the battle chariot, and I think the idea is that they get in the chariot when they're going to Ravenhill, but then it doesn't make it all the way, and then they get on the goats. But where the goat riders are, I don't even know where that fits into the film. It's very interesting. I can't.
It seems like they've changed the whole scene around.
Yeah, it does. We're obviously now in January immediately looking forward to the extended edition, but it's not for another 11 months' time. But who knows? Maybe then all those bits it'll be a complete. Maybe it'll be like the Throne in Dol Guldur thing, where the whole sequence will be different because of what they put back in.
Maybe.
But
interesting.
Yeah. So that's how we feel about spoilers, whilst giving you some minor film spoilers. But I think it is fair game.
Yeah.
It's been out for nearly a month.
Yeah.
So if you're really into it and you're watching this kind of channel, you're gonna have seen
it. Yeah. Hobbit Tabletop League left a comment saying that so a girlfriend, someone they class as a casual observer, made a comment that after seeing the final film, they knew more about elves versus men versus dwarves.
Yeah, the differences between them.
Understood the differences.
Yeah, which is quite an interesting point.
Yeah.
And this was coming from a sort of non-Tolkien fan. So like a casual observer supposedly thought that this film, The Battle of Five Armies, outlined the differences between them the best. Do you agree with that? It's good. Strong.
Shows the different fighting styles quite clearly.
Yeah. I mean, the Thranduil stuff, this is going to be spoilery, isn't it?
Not done a film review yet.
Thranduil's quite dismissive of the other armies. And I think that maybe that's the sort of thing she's getting at, the different motivations of them.
Yeah. And
you see more of the dwarfs kind of, maybe the lust for gold and hiding in the mountain. Maybe. It's quite interesting. But you've never seen a dwarvish army either. That's why.
Yeah.
Maybe you learn more about them than this one.
Yeah.
So yes, possibly.
Some other good comments. One Good Riddance asked why there wasn't a continuation of the Misty Mountain theme in some capacity in the final film, and obviously the perfect moment would have been when Thorin's company finally make their sortie from under the mountain.
Or the second film.
Not in the second film at all.
It's not in the second film.
No, it's not.
So by this we mean the, not necessarily singing the song, but the main theme.
Yeah.
That is the dwarf's big heroic theme throughout the first film. That was good.
Yeah.
Strong content. But yeah, I completely agree with that. Where does it go?
It's amazing. Why would you not put it in?
It's called The Song of the Lonely Mountain as well, and it takes over them the theme, the kind of Durance folk.
Yeah, the Erebor theme.
Yeah, which isn't as kind of strong.
No.
But yeah, it would have been good. Like in Return of King, you get the Rohan theme coming back when they charge, and the kind of Fellowship theme at the end. Not Fellowship theme, the Shire theme. Like at the end with the You Bow to No One and all that.
Yeah, and then for they do have the Leighton theme pretty strong all the way through to the...
Yeah, it's interesting because there's definitely I couldn't hum. I mean, I've seen it less, but I couldn't hum the theme as they charge out. You know, I don't know what that big sort of theme is. But yeah, it is a bit of a shame. I was hoping you'd get a bit more of that, but who knows?
Yeah. I think that's it for comments on the film. There was also a comment from Jonathan Punchin about what order we'd watch a film marathon in. I mean,
it's got to be Hobbit first.
Yeah, but Return of the King last of 6 is fairly...
Well, because of its length?
Yeah, because of the length.
I think when you're watching all 6 back to back, the individual start and end times are just going to blur into one.
Yeah, maybe.
I thought about this the other day, that if you've seen The Lord of the Rings, then the start of The Hobbit is fantastic, with Ian Holm and Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, it doesn't make any sense.
No.
Imagine you're watching it in the order that they're filmed, as you're now intended to.
Yeah.
They go, well, who's this? And I think maybe they've been clever enough that he goes, I was young back then. He's like, well, what's that sign? Why are they making so much notice about him banging a sign on the window?
Because at the start of films there's always rubbish like that.
Where's he running off to? Who's Gandalf? And then, 9 hours later, I don't know, maybe, but that's the way he's intended you to watch them.
Yeah,
that's what they've said, that it's been a benefit filming The Hobbit next because you can layer in these things.
So, do you prefer Saruman's introduction and people like that in The Hobbit relative to Lord of the Rings? Characters like that.
Well, the characters that are in both.
Yeah,
I think it will add. If you haven't seen any of them, it will add more to Saruman's treachery.
Yeah. When
he then turns on him, because you know him as a goodie, whereas in Lord of the Rings he was a bit of an unknown quantity. Yeah. And Gandalf in Lord of the Rings is incredibly slow to work it out. But if Saruman is in his tower, Saruman goes like, did you really think you could contend with the will of Sauron? And Gandalf goes, there are none who can. And then he turns around and the door slams and he goes, oh, alright. And he goes to another door and that door slams. He goes, oh, that's a shame. And then he goes around and another door slams. And no, that's when Saruman then goes, did you really think? And then Gandalf goes, no. No. He turns around then. He's going like, yeah, Gandalf.
I think that's creative license on the director's part.
So no wonder he didn't worry about it. Because they deliberately, I think, didn't make Saruman out as a baddie. They didn't show him have that conversation with Sauron to keep that reveal. And there's some nice bits like that. And I think Galadriel being there has helped her little why she looks so shocked about Gandalf dying. Yeah. Spoiler. Yeah. Spoiler. Been out for 30 years. So yeah, they. I think you'd watch it if I was going to do the extended. You'd watch them The Hobbit first. Yeah. I think. You? Yeah. There you go. That's the answer.
Done. End of show.
End of show.
Cool. What are we going to talk about?
Christmas.
Christmas?
Yeah.
I did well before at Christmas.
You did do well before. We were going to talk about our hobby treats. Yep. You get new models, new books?
Yeah, so I got 2 models, both from Lily's parents-in-law.
Right, Lily's That's your parents? Yeah. Lily's parents-in-law.
Lily's parents. It's like... I got Bolg and Bard. New
mounted?
Yes.
You got 4 models?
4 models, yeah.
They're good, aren't they?
Awesome. So I was very pleased with that.
Have you started doing anything with them?
No.
It's par for the course, really.
Absolutely nothing over Christmas.
Absolutely nothing. That 2 weeks break.
And I got the... what's it called? Not the Chronicles, but the other one.
Official Movie Guide?
Yeah.
Aye. I got that. I read through that.
Dwarf Helmet.
Dwarf Helmet.
It's really good.
Yeah. Very interesting stuff in there. I found that, because I got that in the Chronicles book, and I found that absolutely fascinating looking at Dane. The stuff they said about Dane. You know what? Some of this is spoilery, but the film's out. Yeah. Like, we're going to talk about this. If you don't want to hear anything about the film, maybe turn off for about 5 minutes. But the stuff about the development of Dane was fascinating. Like what they were saying about that he was filmed in all the gear, all the costume. They filmed the full performance of it, and then decided that Billy Connolly was lost beneath it, so replaced him with a digital one, which is just
balmy.
Yeah. And I think you see him once. There's a shot on the battlefield, like a wide shot, where he walks up. You're looking at Thorin, and he walks up to him and hugs him on the shoulder. And I think that's real.
Okay.
That's like a real bloke in a suit, and it's just him from the back. But then it's very, very interesting that if in this book, which I would highly recommend as ever, because these are fantastic, the Chronicles books, there's some stuff of Dane on his war boar. In here somewhere.
And with that red axe, which
they make a big deal in it about saying he's going to have this big red axe. There he is. And they say that a lot about his red axe, and they talk about his boar that he's riding an awful lot. And there's some really great development of his face, like through there, and then through to the CGI, and all that sort of stuff. And it's amazing that when they then made him digital, they changed it to a pig.
And gave him a hammer.
And gave him a hammer. And I just don't get that.
No.
I don't get why. I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. I mean, in terms of the film, but it's an odd change.
Yeah.
It's very, very strange. But that book is absolutely incredible. Like all the other art and design ones before it. It's absolutely amazing. It's fascinating looking at like the designs for Bolg and stuff, and how he came through, and all the stuff about Ravenhill and what they were trying to achieve, and the stuff in there about the chariot and the dwarf cavalry. It's all in that book. So any changes were very late.
Yeah.
But yeah, highly recommend it if you enjoyed the films.
But this is the thing that it just baffles me why you'd at the 11th hour change all these things, like in the Desolation of Smaug, be like, right, in the pickups we're going to film this massive end sequence. I mean, just things like that just...
Well, that's because they needed an ending.
Well, they didn't, but...
Because they did
Killing
the
Smaug's an ending.
Mm.
I mean, but anyway, I just don't know why you'd make such big changes right at the end.
Yeah, I mean...
It seems silly.
Yeah, it seems a little kind of stress. We can do everything, we can do anything. No, you know, I can see the point of it. I don't think that most people would think Dane was CGI if people hadn't told them Dane was CGI. I don't think he looks like CGI. No. But there is a bit of that kind of, well, we can just change this, so we will. But I still enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was great. But yeah, some of that stuff, like, I'll just be, and you'll never know. That's the thing. And possibly in the commentaries of the extended edition, they might talk about why they decided to get rid of some stuff, and why they didn't.
But you never know.
But
they might not.
They probably won't. And it's like Azog at attacking the dwarves in the barrels.
Yeah.
There's no mention in the commentary of when they swapped, and that kind of thing. And it.
Well, because they didn't have time to film the commentary, did they? Oh, you mean the actual talking over the top of the.
Yeah. So in the director's commentary for Desolation of Smaug, that whole scene, and with Bolg, they never mention why or when those two characters.
Why wouldn't they do that?
Yeah, it's just, I think if you put it in the trailer, you know people know about it.
Yeah.
So you'd make some reference to it.
Yeah.
I think.
Maybe they just don't remember what.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, they changed so many things over the course of time.
I mean, you put good looking shots into the trailer, don't you, before the cut's locked.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. We'll see. But yeah, I think the hardest thing to imagine is quite how that chariot and those cavalry that are nowhere to be seen suddenly appear and slot into that battle scene. But
because they were charging down the hill.
Yeah. Who knows? Very strange.
Yeah.
It was Gandalf's lines missing. The whole line about you have to decide how this day ends. That's not in there. Which kind of, maybe he stops the cavalry or something. I don't know. We'll find out in 11 months. Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Yeah, or maybe not. Maybe it'll be exactly the same and there'll be no cavalry. I love it how I don't want to make sweeping statements like everyone's complaining, but there's a lot of chat over now about where's the dwarf cavalry? About 6 months ago, dwarf cavalry?
Yeah.
Oh, rubbish idea. Yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, Chronicles book for Christmas. And I got me some models, most of which I think I've talked about because in previous videos about my elves and my Thorns coming down, sold them back. I got a few other Hobbit-y bits and bobs. I got Bolg. He's an awesome model. Yeah, really, really good model. So
I think the wards it's nowhere near as good as the White Warg,
Yeah.
which is the only comparable in size.
And it's on that crazy base. It's on an oval base. But unlike the White Warg, it's just a fell warg. So, Thomas Harrison,
when it gets dismounted.
if you kill Bolg, do you need, or dismount him, do you need a fell warg on that base?
No, you just get a warg.
Just get a warg? Thomas Harrison has spoken.
I'm not paying 27 quid to get an oval base.
It just seems bizarre, doesn't it?
It's weird.
Very odd.
I don't think they're that much bigger than anyone else
It
on
could
a
certainly
cavalry
fit a
base.
50 mil, couldn't it? The one that Azog's got. Just odd. Yeah, so another one of the strange things GW have done. We'll probably do an unboxing of him in some point in the near future.
Yeah. Lily's comment on the film actually was that she was all the way through thinking about potential rules. So for the dwarves and the way they fought, and the elves and the way they fought, specifically.
What, heroic leap?
Yeah, heroic leap in the shield wall.
If only the dwarves had profiles.
Mm?
If only the dwarves had profiles.
Yeah.
Lots of people saying in various comments on various videos, particularly on the Battle 5 Army this week, do you think we'll get new profiles? Do you think we'll get new models and new supplements? There's a lot of, I'm kind of deeply paraphrasing a lot of people here, but a lot of people saying there's more than enough with the Iron Hills Dwarfs, with the Necromancer, the named Wraiths, the evil troops. Plenty for another supplement. Thomas Harrison. Do you think we're getting another supplement? Right. You heard it here first.
I don't know. When would they do it though? They'd have to do it pretty quickly. In which case they'd be writing the supplement now-ish.
They would have written it. They
You
work
reckon?
further ahead than that.
You reckon?
Yeah. They.
But
I
why
think
would they
you'll get a
stagger it in two?
I think you'll get a Radagast on Eagle model because I don't think they'd make a profile for it. That's their kind of rule on them, isn't it?
Yeah.
They won't make a profile of something that they're not going to release. I think there'll be Radagast and Eagle, which there haven't been any releases for the Hobbit.
No.
For 3 weeks, maybe.
Did they release anything in that Christmas week?
No. Oh, anything. There was 1 week where they didn't release anything. There was and then there was a Skaven week, I think, for the end times thing with the big vermin roll. But he could then be part of another wave potentially.
Yeah.
I just don't know. But the answer is we don't know. We have no idea. We're hopeful, but literally no clue.
Not.
My guess is no. I think. But what do I know? As ever, these are just our opinions.
Yeah, we've not said that.
We haven't said that. So yeah, we might see it. Who knows? So those were our toys. And did you get any hobbying done?
No.
Nothing at all.
Absolutely nothing.
I didn't either. Someone actually commented on something somewhere saying get Thror painted. I started Thror. Sam Jeffrey at the Stirling tournament, I think it was, which was the end of November. No, it wasn't. It was the Mansfield tournament.
So that's even.
When was that?
That was
the first week of November.
Yes.
He asked me to do a basing tutorial about how to do my bases, and I haven't based a model since then. So it's been 2 months, and I haven't finished a model, which is really depressing. And one of my kind of New Year's resolutions was I wanted to do a bit of painting every day.
Bit of painting every day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Well, try to.
You've got to set yourself an achievable goal.
Sorry.
It's got to be a smart goal.
Right.
So, you're
What
not going to do.
Resolution be?
Well, it should be a specific number of days that you paint. That is achievable.
Okay.
No. Say 4 to start with.
4 though.
That's achievable, because otherwise you're going to get to 3 weeks in and then you're going to be like, well, I've not done it now, so.
No. Yes. I will not paint every day, you're right.
Right. So what you could even do is do 2 days a week in January, 3 days in February.
I'll build up to it.
Yeah. Because then you feel like you're getting better.
I've got lots and lots of new toys. I want to do stuff, and I haven't done anything the last 2 months on it. I just want to get into that habit of doing a little bit most evenings for a bit.
Yeah.
So that's my hobby.
That's my
goal. That's my goal. Palantir sponsored by Shane Ward.
I knew you were going to do that. I was trying to set you up. You always do that.
Because everyone loves Shane Ward.
No one loves Shane Ward.
Everyone loves Shane Ward. And so yeah, that's my hope that I'll kind of work my way through some of these new models.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Any hobby resolutions?
Hobby resolutions? Nah. No, I mean, last year I set myself the task of painting, on average, 4 models per week.
That's really good.
And I did that up to Throne of Skulls, which was that July? June, July?
Early June. So you got halfway through the year?
So I got halfway through the year and then it kind of disintegrated. And that's about the time that we picked up with the magazine and then later filming. It's tough. I mean, it was reasonable because I generally do maybe 8 troops in one sitting, so I could be productive and give myself 2 weeks worth, and I've done that in 1 week, potentially, depending on how. It really requires 3 weekends to be able to get through stuff quickly
and there just
enough.
aren't a lot of those, really, in the world today. Yeah, it's just trying to. My whole New Year's resolution was trying to get more out of every day, trying to be more productive in every aspect of my life.
Every aspect.
As much as I can.
It's another achievable one.
I think you could
Measurable.
make yourself more productive in every aspect, but just not kind of sit around on the sofa talking. Not like, if you've got any downtime, go and do something with it rather than flicking through Facebook, that sort of thing.
Yeah, you spend too much time on Facebook.
Yeah, and I think all those little 10 minutes add up to maybe 2 hours, which then give you 2 hours.
When you could be painting.
Yeah, exactly. So that was the kind of.
So when you're at work and you're faffing, just have a model to hand so that when you've
set
got
up a
that 10
painting desk
minutes.
at work. Yeah, absolutely. That'd be amazing. But yeah, so that's my hope. That's my goal.
Good. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna try and. I don't think I'll do the four a week.
Set yourself something achievable.
Yeah, let's go 2 a week.
2 a week.
It's average though, so that means 8 a month.
Because you're now doing like a weekly show.
Yeah.
You just have to bring your 2 models along
my 2
every
models
week.
along.
What have you done?
I've not filmed a hobby vlog. That's why I'm not.
Yeah. That's why I haven't done a hobby vlog. Because literally, since the last hobby vlog, I have done nothing. Nothing. Except, no, as I said, some weeks
You've
ago.
done the houses?
No, they're all in a hobby vlog. I haven't done any more houses.
Okay.
I got some more of those.
Yeah.
I got the lakeside ones for Christmas.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, which would be cool.
You've not shown me those yet.
They're over there.
Impromptu unboxing.
Impromptu. I won't unbox them.
Impromptu viewing of flat
Kind of-
packed.
It's a crossover between a hobby vlog and the Palantir. This are the second wave of the dwellings from Foreground, which are they're called lakeside dwellings, and they basically have that's actually not one of them.
You've not got the
That's
massive
old
one
house.
yet.
No, I haven't got the pub. This is a lakeside dwelling. And you can see it's got a slightly different kind of wooden bit at the bottom, which I suppose is meant to make it look more like it's beside a lake, such as in Lake Town. And there are 3 of those. But yeah, I've yet to buy the Stoic Arms, I think it's called, the pub, which...
It does look incredible.
If you know nothing about Foreground, go and check it out. It's amazing. It's £125, which is still less than half a smell. And it's probably about
You can't
that bit.
price everything in
And
smells.
suddenly things seem cheap.
But how many Tariels is that?
She's 20, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tario is only a 20th of smell. Bargain, buy 10. But the Stoic Arms is, I think, going to be about that big. And about that wide. It's like 4 stories high and stuff. And all the floors come off and stuff. It's absolutely incredible. It would make a great prancing pony. But Tom's not got me one yet. So yeah, go and check out Foreground. But I don't know, hopefully I might manage to get it this year.
That'd be really good.
It would be
make
really
a cool board.
Yeah.
Brie.
Yeah, Brie, absolutely. And Lake Town, was a bit of work. So yeah, and those houses I haven't even sat in front of a film. I've literally had no time. As I said, I was in Florida for a week, so that kind of, you can't really take your paints with you. But you can take your paint. I didn't take my rule books like some people. But yeah, hopefully this week, just sit down and paint Thor and get him done.
Yeah, you need to get him done.
I need to get the 4 dwarfs done. I've got 4 dwarfs I've got to finish.
You've been sat there, they just look sad. I mean, there's the Lake Town guard guy in there.
Covered in dust.
Been there for...
He's been there since throwing his goals.
Since you moved here.
He has, yeah, throwing his goals. So yeah, that's the plan then, hopefully start working on some elves. It's just finding the time.
One more thing on toys. Lego.
Lego? What about Lego? This was from our man on the inside.
Yeah, on the inside. They are...
Gamey Giblin, we'll call him.
Gamey That should be his new name.
For code.
Gamey It works.
Yeah,
Pretty well.
it does work, yeah, it's good.
James, it doesn't work for James. Kames Jark.
I think it works. Jlark.
Clark. What would you be? Yours is weird because you've got an O in a B.
Wowmian.
Or
Wowmian. That's good.
Damian O'Dern.
Why are you taking the B out of my surname?
That's what you did. Gamey Giblin.
Yeah, but he hasn't got an O at the front. Surely the O, you take the O and put it at the front of the...
The O is
To
just
burn.
a bit irrelevant.
The O's not irrelevant. It's key.
You'd have to dance them all around. So it'd be Bamian, Ern. You lost.
What is it, Tom Tarrison? That's rubbish.
Top quality.
Gamey Giblin wins.
Yeah, Gamey Giblin.
You might not have seen the video that we said at the start, but I am incredibly ill.
Yeah.
And we're sorry. We know this might not be us on our finest form, but I feel absolutely wretched.
Because we've been waiting for him to
Finish.
make himself feel a
Fit
little
for
better.
video, yeah.
It's quite late.
We're sorry. But yes, we will push on. So yeah, Gamey says...
What did Gamey say? Yeah, apparently no more versions of the Hobbit or Lord of the Rings logo.
Was it either?
I don't know.
He just said Hobbit.
Yeah, he just said Hobbit. He wasn't specific, and no, they're not going to be produced. So, I guess like the GW metals, once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, and the Hobbit Lego range has been discontinued, which is very sad.
And very odd, because Lego generally are pretty good at keeping stuff in stock, especially when it's to do with a film.
Yeah, well,
because they're big sellers.
It seems odd that they've invested a lot in the new kits for the third film, and then to not do anything with them. But yeah, if you're apparently, I don't know if this applies to Lord of the Rings as well. Gamey will let you know. But if you want any of the Hobbit Lego, you need to go and get it. Yeah. Apparently, the Hobbit Lego is not long for this film. So that's sad.
Yeah. But you picked some up in America, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Because Christmas wasn't enough.
At the Lego store at Downtown Disney, they had Lego, and I was looking at the prices in dollars thinking, that's cheaper than the price in pounds. And so ended up getting the new Lake Town set for 20 quid.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's half built downstairs. I've got Lego time. Just don't, but you can do Lego in front of the telly.
Yeah.
Requires less concentration.
Yeah.
So yeah, Lego, Hobbit Lego being discontinued.
Yeah. Okay, so Dave Egan asked whether we think there's going to be a remake of The Hobbit sometime in the next, say, after, say, 20 years.
The films?
Yes.
Or Lord of the Rings?
All Lord of the Rings, yeah.
In 20 years. It's a good one, isn't it?
Yep.
What do you think?
I think no.
No.
You wouldn't try to remake Lord of the Rings within 20 years. Unless you did it as a... It would have to be something different. You could do it as a cartoon, but you couldn't do it as a film. It's a big Oscar-winning film. No one's going to try and remake Titanic anytime soon.
Yeah.
It'd be more like 50 years. Once films change so much that it's worth redoing.
Yeah. Because it's interesting, because there's some that... It's like King Kong. It's made in 1933.
Yeah.
It was then made in the late 1970s, I think. The awful one in the chimp suit.
Yeah.
And then Peter Jackson did it in whatever 2005, 2006, and it's like each time the technology has come on there, and King Kong is regarded as a classic, the first one, but there's enough of a gap there. Whereas, I think you're right. Like, there are certain films that like Star Wars, as much as there's been prequels, they haven't been remade.
Redone.
Citizen Kane hasn't been remade. There are certain films that almost seem to be safe.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park, to be fair, hasn't been remade. You know, lots of sequels from it. And Indiana Jones, you get sequels and more, but you don't kind of remake it. And
I mean, the difficulty is with them. What new do you do about the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit? Because
I was thinking, like, I'm never gonna. Didn't someone suggest we did it? There was a comment,
oh yeah.
There was a comment from someone on some video.
It was Adam Pattenden. We got his name wrong.
He says
terribly.
They're pretty good with an edit.
Yeah.
So I can probably remake it. So yeah, I mean, we absolutely could. We've got the cast. We could get, it'd be like everyone's complaining about Tario, but what about when in comes Daisy? Tario on Daisy, go, no, Keely, I will save you, and so on and so forth. Look out for that in 2009.
With Lake Town houses though.
Yeah,
they're all prepared.
Absolutely.
It could be like a Jurassic Park Hobbit remake in one.
It'd be brilliant.
Meshed together.
It'd be brilliant. Blow the socks off the box office.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you for that. Weird vote of confidence. But I think it's slightly beyond our means. But it'd be cool. It'd be cool to see someone else's take on it. My issue with it would be I would want to see what in my opinion, better version of Peter Jackson's The Hobbit. So if I was in some position to remake it, I wouldn't go back to the book because I think what he's done with the films is so fantastic. I would want the dwarfs like that in it, and the Battle of Azan-Albazar like that, and things like Radagast in it, and things like the White Council. I would want all these things that he's brought into it, but maybe done a different way. I'd put, I would want, if I remade it, I would want Tariel in it, but maybe not go down that route.
Yeah.
To that extent. There's a lot of things like that. You have Radagast, just not maybe with poo on his head.
I prefer Tauriel to Radagast.
Yeah, I like Tariel. Someone said I owe you a donut.
No.
Because I thought they weren't going to get all smoochy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I don't know if you'd call it smoochy when.
Yeah, spoilers.
Spoilers.
But, yep, put my hand up on it. It's about 3 minutes into the film, isn't it? Yeah, they like each other.
Yeah, it's gone badly.
It's gone ill. But yeah, I thought it was handled quite well. I liked it. But yeah, I have to go back. Someone said you owed Tom a donut, but I don't think we ended up betting on it. I thought you bet like £15,000.
No, it was you betting someone at work, wasn't it?
Yeah. But then there's a reference to us making a bet.
Yeah, we did. I don't know. I'm sure I tried to bet a lot against you.
The bet was something like, if you're right, I give you a donut. If I'm right, nothing happens. Yeah. that was the bet, which was a poor bet. So yeah, I was saying you'd want things like that. Maybe as an animated film or something.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I don't know. Some things you're entering very dangerous territory. So people generally try to make it very different.
Do you know the version? Have you ever seen the remake of Psycho?
No.
Like, I can't remember who did it. Maybe Gus Van Sant or someone.
Is it any good?
It's shot for shot identical,
but just
to the first one.
Really?
Yeah. It's utterly irrelevant. It makes no sense that it's there. A whole new cast. It's in colour, but it copies the shots.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. There's one thing added that we can't really talk about on here because of all the things to add, it's quite filthy. But that's the only change to it as far as I know. It's really bizarre.
Apparently, in Psycho was the first time that you saw a toilet flush on on TV. Apparently, don't know where that's come from.
Good bit of knowledge. But yeah, maybe it's a TV series.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, because then it'd be suitably different. Because you could do, if you did the TV series, you could do it a bit like the radio edition, and have. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily have to make the changes that Peter Jackson didn't have Arwen in place of Glorfindel, because for a TV series it doesn't matter if someone pops up for an episode and then
isn't kind of go down the Game of Thrones route. You know, that's like shown the way for long running multi-character fantasy dramas.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will. We probably will see one version of it in our lifetime. If you bear in mind that realistically we haven't been witnessing film for that long. You know, like, it's only been around for, you know, in the medium we know it for 100 years or so.
Yeah.
So, you know, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, these are relatively small time periods. And maybe in 50 years when you know, it's half as much again, it might be doable. There's a big, some of the reason that remakes happen a lot quicker is for contractual stuff. And I like Spider-Man.
The Marvels, aren't they? Very quickly do remakes.
It's because they've got a weird agreement where, I want to get this right, but Marvel, the kind of Iron Man and Captain America and Avengers side of things, bless you, is owned by Disney, and the Spider-Man and X-Men, which is Marvel, is owned by someone else. Yeah. And they've got a contract that will only keep going as long as they keep making films. Which is why Spider-Man was rebooted so quickly, because if they didn't, it would have gone over to Disney. Or something. There's something like that. Okay. Which is why a lot of those kind of superhero films constantly hit whereas obviously that's not the case with Lord of the Rings. But I'd like to see another version of it.
I just don't know, you know, if you're going to pick stuff to remake, would you pick Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what can you... Lord of the Rings was so good at what it did. Like, it's become so iconic. Like, not just the films, but the story of the films and the, you know, behind the scenes and stuff. Is like, what could you possibly hope to achieve? How could you possibly top it?
You're setting yourself up for a big fall.
How could you make Hobbiton without it looking like, and not use Hobbiton? You know, it'd take an incredibly. You'd have to be utterly different in every way.
Or cartoon.
Yeah, or an animated version. Which has been tried, obviously.
The only other way you could make it different is have it in one film. So rather than have a trilogy, have one film.
Have you seen the musical?
No, I deliberately didn't.
Well, that was interesting. Because that was like the whole Lord of the Rings in 3 hours. And what's interesting about that is that you were far more willing to accept changes because you knew
they had the time.
They had to change everything. You know, when you got the 3 films, it's like, well, this should be like Fellowship, this should be like 2000, this should be Original. It's like 3 hours. It's like, you know, they've got to get rid of so much, and they basically end up just condensing the 2000 Return of the King.
I was going to say they'll chop the final 2 books.
Yeah, they make Helm's Deep and the Siege of Minas Tirith one battle.
Yeah.
Essentially, so it's just a big battle at the end. But they have all the iconic stuff in it. They have like Merry and Pippin going to the Ents, and they have Shelob and all that. It was really, really good. I liked it. But it's cool then seeing someone else's take on the same story.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? I'd like to. I'll be well up for it. But
of course you would.
Yeah, I like anything. I like the story. I like different versions of it.
Just before we go, we gave you the outtakes video. It will have been 2 weeks ago now. Boxing Day. And some of you commented on your favourite sketches, so thank you very much for that. And it was a tie between the window scene, where Damian's very sad that I've gone away, and Barry O'Byrne.
The very first one. Your dad.
Your dad. I'm doing the quote though.
Ah, that's a good quote, strong quote. Yeah, I was quite surprised by that. Yeah. But yeah, they were tied as your 2 favourite sketches. So well done to those sketches. Yes, so thanks for that. We're glad you enjoyed the little outtakes video. That was quite fun to put together.
Little.
Yeah, we mess up a lot.
We mess up an awful lot.
And thanks for your continued support. That is us for this week.
Yep.
We're sorry. I feel awful.
Yeah.
This has not been our finest hour. No. But we will be back, hopefully on better form next week.
Yes.
So, as ever, don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Support your hobby or something like that.
And happy strategy battle gaming.